Hey guys, Deathslider Magic here. We've already got some Crimson Vows spoilers, so we probably won't see actually that many more today. But I thought I'm not gonna wait. This is wild. We got some crazy stuff to show off. So let's start with the first one. Dig Up with the new cleave mechanic, and by new I mean it's like the 40-second different variation of pay more, get more, but that's fine. You know, it's basically overload. Now, obviously, overload changes like the word to all, but well, look what they did this time. So, okay, it's a 1-cost sorcery, or you can pay the very harsh, 1 green plus 2 black plus 1 generic. And if you cast it for its cleave cost, then remove the words in square brackets, which are printed in gray. Now, remember, there have been some printing issues in the past. Isn't it sad that I think that printing slightly lighter text is like outside the technological capabilities of the printing company in Texas that makes these? At least for North America, by the way. And yeah, I mean, my initial impression is you mean remove words. Like, this is such an unset. Anytime you remove or edit words on a card, it's kind of like a joke because it's so not practical. So they put it in unsets as a joke. But then I thought, well, how the hell else are you going to do it? Also, I suspect that the more we read of Cleave, the more we're going to see variations from the official Oracle text. Like the Oracle text standard writing methods. Like, I don't think you would say basic land card. I think you would say basic land. So, like, the fact that they had to write it differently means like it's not correct. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. It's such a like tiny little who cares issue, but it just strikes me as an unset and very clunky, awkward, and unusual. And just kind of playing fast and loose with the really specific, tight way they do the game. But I think I'll get over it in about 5 seconds. I only ever play digital anyway. So it's like, I just wanted to get those two things out of the way. So, okay, you pay its cleave cost, which is, green, black, black, generic, which is quite a lot more. And instead of searching your library for a basic land card, you just search your library for a card, and then don't reveal it, and then put it in your hand, then shuffle. So it's a land fetcher for 1, or it's a tutor for 4. That's actually brilliant. I love that. So as a card, this is fantastic. Now, what you actually think of Cleave, like I said. Next up, we got Vol'daren Estate, which I assume there's only one of, and they referenced it by name, but somehow it's not legendary, so that's kind of odd. They don't usually do that, but whatever. So it comes in untapped, obviously. You can tap it for colorless right away, or you can tap it, pay 1 life, and add 1 mana of any color, but only spend it to cast vampire spells. Kind of neat. I like that. I think that'll be, popular in a very specific type of commander deck. And if you pay 5 and tap it, create a blood token. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each vampire you control. Ooh, it could be 0. Dang. And a blood token, actually I'll just throw it up on the screen. It says pay 1, tap it, discard a card, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. So it's like Investigate but weaker, which, okay, I can live with that. I don't think it's very good, but I mean, I'm looking at 1 card. It's probably very good. You could probably do other things with it, I'm just saying. I feel like the number you have in play would be important, and certain vampires are going to be like higher, like they'll get a +1 for every 1 in play or something. And then if your vampires die, you try to go get more, which you can't because this isn't true card draw. If I remember correctly, that's nicknamed a looter effect, and it's usually meant to go get a really degenerate glass cannon combo, especially in blue. So, kind of interesting. So, I mean, pretty good land, but it does, one thing. So next up, let's look at Dorothea, Vengeful Victim. And oh boy, we get flip cards. Yay, Dorothea's Retribution. So she turns from a ghost to an angrier ghost with the dude. Maybe it's Bizarro Land where the ghosts summon humans instead of the humans summoning spirits to fight for them. So on the front, she's a 4/4 for 2. Hello. Flying Spirit. When she attacks or blocks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. I saw a downside coming a mile away with that attack power. Then she has Disturb 3, so Disturb is back. Nice. I mean, remember, even how Wizards wants to somehow lie to us and say they never told us that this was 1 set split in 2, it always was. Disturb is back, and I think we're going to see a lot of continuations of stuff and further support for things that were half built in the last set. Spirits being one of them, so here it is. So, on the back, it's an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, create a 4/4, white spirit creature token with flying that's tapped and attacking. Damn, hello. That's pretty big for a spirit. I don't know if this is a one-off or if every spirit in this whole set's going to be a 4/4. I know which one I hope is true. But sacrifice that token at the end of combat. Oh, that's a shame. And then, because it's Disturb, if it goes into the graveyard, exile it. But it has to go into the graveyard. It says from anywhere, but it's really from play, because that's the only time where this face would be up and relevant. If it goes into your graveyard from your library, that side of the card is not applicable, I guess you would say. That's my reading of it. Next up, we've got Overcharged Amalgam. Ooh, neat. I do love a good zombie horror amalgam. I mean, Garrel's Masterpiece was my previous favorite. So we've got a 3/3 for 4, so definitely not Garrel's Masterpiece. It has Flash, Flying, and Exploit is back. Oh boy. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. So it's not when you cast it, it's not an additional casting cost, it's not an alternate cost. It's ETB, trigger. So you don't say, oh yeah, I'll sack a creature, and then they counterspell it. No, you will say, I'm going to sack a creature, and then they'll blow it up with a kill spell. They will do that. But anyway, by some miracle, if they don't do that, or if you can stop the spell, good luck, because ain't nothing sticking in the meta right now. When it exploits a creature, counter target spell, which is why it has Flash. But wait, there's more. You can counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. It's about time we got a Void Slime effect back. There are so many abilities I want to stop, but I don't want to pay 4 for it, and I don't want to kill a creature. So this is quite honestly not even a good card. It's a little overcosted, it's a little narrow, it's a little light on value, and there's a pretty heavy flying meta right now. Or at least there was a couple weeks ago. It changed a little, but who knows? This set's going to change everything. Although, wait till you see what the vampire tokens are. I'll give you a hint. It just ruined the entire game. So next up, Volderan Bloodcaster, and she flips over to Bloodbat Summoner. Oh boy. So it's a 2-cost 2/1 vampire wizard with flying, and whenever it or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood token. Oh, there we go, another pest stack enabler. And whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, told ya, I didn't even read these ahead of time. One of them I did though. Not this one though. Transform Volderan Bloodcaster, and then it's a flying 3/3. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature token with flying and haste in addition to its other types. Ooh, neat party trick. So it's basically just another manland with more steps in that you can't blow it up on your own turn. So I'm getting a little tired of that in the standard meta, but this, you know, who knows if anybody will even play this. So next up we got Thalia, who is apparently still alive, Guardian of Thraben. I'll remember from her, she absolutely kicks ass. So 2/1 first strike and non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Even yours, even off turn. Well, Thalia's given up. Next up, we got Savior of Allenbach. Now he looks like he's pissing off the vampires, okay? That guy in a dress behind him looks pissed. So, Savior of Allenbach is a 3-cost double white 1/2 human soldier with training. Ooh, okay. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So in other words, reverse mentor. They should have called it trainee instead of training, because then it would be like mentor, get it? Like it would be the same noun category reference or whatever. So that's kind of cool. I mean, a white-green, there's already a lot of counter-dropping. Most people are just going landfall and on life gain, which usually turns into counter-dropping. But now, think about this. We've got this, plus then we've got Coven. Oh, yeah. They trigger in a not-so-opportune order, according to this card, but, like, that's still pretty damn good. So, whenever a Savior of Allenbach trains, exile up to 1 other target creature from the battlefield or creature card from a graveyard. When Savior of Allenbach leaves the battlefield, put the exiled cards onto the battlefield under their owner's control. So even if you went and got a card out of the graveyard, you put it back onto the battlefield. Ouch. Here's the problem, and I would almost at this point put money on the fact that Wizards actually forgot this and it was an oversight. You can target your own graveyard. So forget standard for now. Okay, I target Emrakul. Emrakul is now exiled. So you kill him, Emrakul comes out. You don't kill him, he's got a stack of 2 auras and 6 equipment on him. So this was a mistake. So okay, training is hard to set up because you have to have something bigger. If you have something bigger and you can swing, free with it without this weaker card getting killed, although the training trigger will go off first and then it gets killed, who cares, whatever. You still got 1 trigger, you still summon Emrakul, just saying. If you can survive it, you could just teleportation circle flicker this guy. It says when he leaves the battlefield, not when he dies. So just one more reason for teleportation field or circle or whatever the hell it is to be banned. God, ETB cloning for free? Come on. Or not really cloning, but you know what I mean. Let's look at Olivia, Crimson Bride. Oh boy, that dress looks flammable. Hit that bitch. We already have a visual spoiler that Chandra sneaks into the wedding. So, it's not unfounded. I'm not just making that up, okay? So, she is a 6-cost 3/4 legendary creature vampire noble flying in haste. Because vampires are actually secretly where hedgehogs gotta go fast. And when Olivia Crimson Bride attacks, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains when you don't control a legendary vampire, exile this creature. So if she dies, she takes all of her little necro summons with her, which is actually usually how it works. That makes more sense than 99% of the other necromancer cards printed in the history of the game, actually. I mean, I'm just saying, I was playing Skyrim this morning, and when you take out the summoner, the skeleton drops, you know? You know what I mean? Well, anyway, she's a 3/4 flyer for 6, and all she does is, like, semi-unlimited free Whip of Ereboses, but without lifelink. And they last more than one turn, but, like, man, you want to talk about her being a lightning rod. So, next up, Soren's at the wedding, maybe. I don't know, maybe just dressed up because he feels like it. Maybe he dresses like that every day. I don't know, he kind of looks like he dressed like a pirate. That actually kind of looks like the puffy shirt from Seinfeld. Subscribe for more Desolator fashion reviews. So he's a 4-cost, 4 loyalty, which is usually where the trouble starts with these planeswalkers, because 3 is overly weak, 5 is okay, and then 6 is like, okay, well, you gotta get to 6, you know. But the 4 ones, you gotta keep your eyes on them. And this one I already read, so it's actually, it's not too bad, but there's a little information in the middle of this one, literally. So, +1, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card and put it in your hand. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value, so typical Soren. And then -2, create a 2/3 black vampire creature token with flying and lifelink. Bitch, what? He damn well better be the only thing in this entire set that creates vampire tokens. Because you know how, like, there could be 10 different cards that bring out so-and-so tokens, but they all match so that they can print the tokens? Yeah. Angels, Valkyries, generic white life gain, and clerics, or any mix of those 4 decks, because in my opinion they're all the same, they now get 2/3 flying lifelink vampires. Are you f***ing kidding me? And you don't even have the balls to ban the Book of Exalted Deeds, or reban it, I should say. Wow, Wizards, and then you print this bullshit. Honestly, I wouldn't even have a problem with it if he's the only one who brings them out, but I think we all know that's probably not true. So anyway, that's bullshit. Then we get -7. He deals 13 damage to any target. You gain 13 life because 13. You'll probably need it if you're +1ing him to get to 7 because you'll be dead. So honestly, not even that good of a card, but like that vampire generation is insane. And then the last one we've got, as far as I know, is the other 5 of the land cycle that were in Midnight Hunt. It's late lands or whatever. I don't know. People all come up with contradictory nicknames and then yell at each other. They come in untapped, but only late. They're late lands. So I like these. These are pretty cool. You know, they encourage mid-range gameplay. There you go. My only beef with them is they take 4 wild cards to unlock 4 of them. But yeah, it's about time we got these combinations. So that's pretty cool. I like it. So that's it for today. I guess the only thing left to do is go on Facebook and tell this asshole that he's 3 hours late and he can take my items and shove them square up his ass. I've got 5 other people interested. I think they have a system where you can report people as like flaky, unreliable, unresponsive, lying assholes. So I'm going to find that button. I'm going to go click it. Speaking of buttons to click, subscribe. Hey, we're going to have more spoilers later today and definitely tomorrow and, well, the whole next week. Who am I kidding? So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to catch some more, and I'll see you guys next time.